intimidation by anti-democratic forces.
The protest has not ended. What we today is that yesterday, security agencies mobilized hoodlums in conjunction with anti-democratic forces to unleash mayhem on peaceful protesters. Wisdom now demands that we hold on for today and continue our protest tomorrow vehemently. We will mobilize in our numbers and storm the streets of Port Harcourt from tomorrow again.
Mr. Solomon also said the protesters observed a one-day mourning on Thursday in solidarity with their counterparts in Lagos to honor those who died during the protests.
Protest has been very peaceful, not until the security agencies, and we are also using the opportunity today to mourn our loved ones in Lagos State who lost our.
As you may know, there was commotion on Wednesday morning after some persons opposed to the protest chased away the protesters who had gathered outside the Federal Secretariat on Aba Road, Port Harcourt for the sixth day of the protest. Other protesters who gathered outside the Pleasure Park accused the police of tear gassing them. 3 persons were also arrested for their alleged involvement in looting and burning of tires during the protest. In the meantime, a mother of 4, Chidimma Edward, has urged President Bola Tinubu to urgently solve hunger problems in the country. Mrs. Edward, who led her kids and other children from her neighborhood on a protest to Cool Wazobia Info FM complex, said the cost of raising children has increased due to the bad economic situation in Nigeria.
Children are hungry. We cannot afford food in the market. We can't afford their school fees anymore. House rent is too expensive. They've increased it because of the economy of the country. Fuel is too expensive. Common for us to pay transport to this place. We have to trek because the transportation is too high. We want our president to listen to us and hear our cry. We cannot bear this hunger anymore. The hunger is too much. Children are falling sick every day because of malnutrition. Parents have been dropped from their workplace. No vacancy anywhere. People are roaming around the street.
Still on the protest, former PDP Deputy National Chairman Bode George has advised President Tinubu to focus on the issues raised by protesters. The former Ondo State Governor said what Nigerians need is not palliative but economic empowerment. He said this on Arise Television.
If it's just merely consumption you are looking at, the issue of palliatives doesn't make any economic sense. Teach people how to fish so you can feed them forever. Some of those palliatives are so bad. This country is massive. There are other issues or ways you can follow to positively impact on the people. Microcredit, very low interest rate, special rates for farmers. So you can buy fertilizers to support them for production.
In another development, the country director of Amnesty International, Isa Sanusi, has criticized the invasion of the Nigeria Labour Congress headquarters in Abuja by security operatives on Wednesday. In a statement, Mr. Sanusi said the calculated attack was meant to intimidate the labor union. However, the Department of State Services, DSS, says its operatives were not involved in the raid at the NLC headquarters. DSS spokesperson Peter Afanaya said this in a statement on Thursday. Recall the NLC's head of media and public relations, Benson Opa, had said that armed men suspected to be DSS personnel stormed the NLC's office and took away several documents, claiming they were looking for materials linked to the End Bad Governance protest. The planned 10-day protests against economic hardship have continued even after President Bola Tinubu called for it to be suspended. Elsewhere, the Kano State government has filed new fraud charges against former Governor Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, his Commissioner for Local Government Murtala Garo, and 2 others. They are accused of criminal conspiracy, breach of trust, making false statements, and misappropriation of funds. The charges allege they mismanaged the statutory allocations of the state's 44 local government, diverting 57.4 billion naira through various personal and corporate accounts. Away from that, President Bola Tinubu has instructed security agencies to intensify their effort against illegal mining activities in Nigeria, referring to those involved as exploiters and scavengers. President Tinubu emphasized the need for companies in the mineral exploration sector to prioritize the health and safety of Nigerians and host communities and call for safer mining practices. The president's directive were given during a presentation by the National Defense College on strategies for the mining industry. Still to come, NNPCL demands petrol import refund. Stay with us.
Light Up Port Harcourt Music Festival, hosted by Tacha, Obi Ivy, and Akman Okon. Over
Investment Promotion Council to a commission. Professor Robinson, a lecturer at the University of Port Harcourt, described the agency as a melting pot for economic activities in the state, while cautioning against hijack by politicians. The academic also said the services of technocrats should be employed.
That is a melting point for business. From there, you know the type of business that comes into the state. Now, even to make inquiries about business in the state, that's where the information will emanate. They can upgrade it from an agency to a full-fledged commission. This kind of agency needs to be manned by technocrats. It should not be another assembly for politicians. It's for people who have the know-how in investment and business to tell the world the resources available in the state. And so it's a proper that the administration has done. What should predominate that kind of agency should be technology.
The establishment of the council followed the signing of Executive Order No. 2, 2024 by Governor Fubara. In other news, the Governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, has denied taking part in the 570 billion naira hardship grant claimed to have been given to the state government by the federal government. Recall that President Bola Tinubu, while addressing Nigerians in a broadcast during the End Bad Governance nationwide protest, said the government has disbursed 570 billion naira to the 36 states. However, Governor Makinde, in a newsletter shared on his X handle, said the state is not in the know of such a grant. Now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has demanded a refund of 4.71 trillion naira from the federal government to settle outstanding debts used to import petrol into the country. The claim was listed as exchange rate differential on PMS and other joint venture taxes on petrol product imported by the company between August 2023 to June 2024. This was made known by the Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, at the June meeting of the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee. In business, the federal government has taken delivery of 60 locally assembled compressed natural gas CNG hybrid buses. The buses were delivered by jet motor companies under the presidential CNG initiative. A statement on X said the development is in continuation of effort to provide affordable and comfortable transport solutions for Nigerians. The vehicle were handed over to a team comprising the Ministry of Finance and representatives of the presidential initiative on CNG at the company's car manufacturing plant in Aja, Lagos State. In entertainment, U.S. rapper Travis Scott was arrested today over a fight at a five-star hotel in the French capital. The Paris prosecutor's office said policemen were called to the Georges V Hotel and arrested Travis Scott for for violence against a security agent. In sports, the former president of the Confederation of Africa Football, CAF, Issa Hayatou, has died at the age of 72. He passed away yesterday in Paris. And on the international scene, Russia's military says it is repelling a Ukrainian cross-border attack into the western Kursk region. It is a surprise attack now in its fourth day. The Russian Defense Ministry said Ukraine lost more than 280 military personnel in the past 24 hours, a claim that has not been independently verified. Reports suggest that Ukrainian troops are operating more than 10 kilometers inside Russia. It is the deepest cross-border advance by Kyiv since Moscow launched a full-scale invasion in February 2022. Ukraine has not openly admitted the attack. Now that's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. The turnout of end governance protests has slowed down over fear of disruption. The Rivers Police have been accused of aiding attackers of Port Harcourt protesters. The NLC has alleged that its office was invaded by security men. The NNPCL has demanded a refund of 4.71 trillion naira from the federal government to settle outstanding debts. And on the foreign scene, Russia's military says it is repelling a Ukrainian cross-border attack into the western Kursk region. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Monyele. Many thanks for listening.